Welcome to the Report from Tiger Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about woke is a white privilege. Yes, white privilege exists and is best expressed by wokeism. Let's talk about that tonight in the Report from Tiger Mountain. Stick around and listen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, woke is a white privilege. Yes, have you ever noticed online, all the people who are promoting the wokeism, it's generally not refugees or immigrants, recent immigrants. It's definitely not foreigners so much. I mean, occasionally you have the token one who is part of the kind of, woke phenomena who's getting the, $200,000 a year grant to be part of it. But outside of those people, and outside the kind of aborigine that they allow onto the ABC, most people behind this are upper middle class white left wingers, right? Let's face it. That's exactly who, and they're constantly acting in a patriarchal way towards every community you can imagine. They're always speaking out on behalf of the Aboriginal community, speaking on behalf of refugees, speaking on behalf of climate change. Everything to do with wokeism is a phenomena of upper middle class white people, particularly the people who work at the ABC and particularly people who work at the Age, and of course, the train that follows. Some of them are students, some of them are from various classes, but below or whatever. But this is what this phenomena is. And also, if you notice with wokeism, it's a kind of really, like, whenever they bring something woke to it, it's not like they make it better. It's not like they say, oh, we're going to make this character black, and suddenly it's much better. You know what I mean? Like, for example, say Finn in the new Star Wars film, right? There was a big hoo-ha that one of the main characters was black in the new Star Wars film. Now, I mean, was he like, Lando Calrissian, a really groovy character who turned up in part 3, who was like, best friends with Han Solo, almost like the black Han Solo? He was a fantastic character. And George Lucas is not exactly known for being woke. And also then there was, like Mace Windu in the first trilogy that Lucas did afterwards. And he was a really cool Jedi character. And these characters rocked. These were fantastic characters. Everybody loves these characters. And no one thought it was kind of woke casting. People thought, well, he's just a black guy who happens to be a Jedi, and he's just a, like a smuggler who happens to be black, and these are great characters. But no, then they give a black character in the new one, and the character's terrible. He's like an ex-stormtrooper who's just a fuckwit and does nothing. And that's it. He doesn't do anything. He stumbles around through the series. He's hopeless. He's not a hero. He's cowardly. And that's it. He's not a good pilot. He's not really anything. And that's the kind of woke. And they do this thing. And they've done it with Doctor Who. They made the Doctor Who female. And what have they done? No one watches. And they haven't made... The Doctor hasn't been great as female. They give her terrible storylines. I mean, I haven't watched that many episodes, but I watched some. It's just a disaster. So it's like when they change the casting around, it's worse. It's not like they provide them with better scripts. It's kind of, in a strange sense, insulting towards the very agenda that they're trying to promote. And I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that it's coming from these upper middle class, white people who want to signal their decency. They just want to signal these things. They don't want to actually put in the work to make a character great in a new show. And I think that's why, the phrase comes about, go woke and go broke. And it is a kind of white privilege, too, to kind of, be able to sort of, and obviously another thing of wokeness is to kind of hate on white Europeans, which of course most woke people are, and they're kind of hating on themselves, and that of course is a kind of privilege, because only when you are in a position of power that you don't question your own power, that it's will continue on in for the next 20 or 30 years, can you question it? You know what I mean? So I think that's something that's going on with these upper middle class, white leftists, new left people, and they're sickening, and they're all about themselves. It's narcissistic and it's bullshit. Jordan Peterson has commented many times on all this stuff, and I think it's bullshit. And that's all I wanted to say today on the Report from Tiger Mountain. Thank you for listening.